Hello, Commissioner. Good to see you again. As you know, I am the chair of the Oversight Subcommittee for the Minority and Women Business Enterprise. So my questions will surround the MWBE program. And I have three questions. One regarding our disparity study, the mentor-protege program, and as well as the agencies in compliance to the utilization requirements. As you know, Article 15A of the executive law is the participation by minority group members and women with respect to state contracts. That will expire December 31st of this year, 2017. So this statute also provides the framework for MWBE certification and procurement program and establishes targeted goals for sourcing of services and commodities by certified MWBE businesses. Now, as we know, we are undergoing a disparity study, which will justify to extend the program. The question is, what is the status of the disparity study? Why is it taking so long to complete? Will we, the legislators, expect to receive the study anytime soon? Will there be an extension? That's my first question. I'm going to ask all of my questions at the same time.
Okay.
The next question around mentor protege, I know there was a launch where big companies will be mentoring smaller companies and so forth. I did put in a proposal in a new bill where we should conduct a feasibility study on all the agencies to mimic a program very similar of the MTA, Minority Women Business Enterprise Mentorship Capacity Program, as well as the SCA. I know that also requires to change the statute, but I think the capacity programs by each of the agencies, if we do a study, we can then see what kind of real programs we can have available for the MWBEs, not only in the construction field, but also in the professional services, as well as the goods and services and standard services. And then lastly, I wanted to ask what is the percentage of agencies that are in compliance with the utilization requirements in the agencies. One of the things that we also would like the ESD to report on is a more detailed level of who are getting the contracts. Right now it's very high level. We would like to see the ethnic backgrounds, the groups, to be more details, like by African Americans, Asian Americans, women, Hispanic Americans. We also, in that same frame, would like to see it broken down by prime contractors, subcontractors, what type of contract values, is it large or small, by agencies. So these are some of the things that we are proposing in the budget and on a legislative, and we'd like to hear your feedback. So the three things were the disparity, mentor protege versus mentor capacity program, and the utilization requirement reporting.
Okay. We've gotten an extension to mid-2017 on the disparity study. So we applied for and received. We'll work with the OSC, and that study's been extended. I think there was maybe a sense early on that study was more robust, considerably more robust. There's been a lot more outreach, a lot more participation in all the regions of the state for that study. Mm-hmm. I think from the early days of my involvement with ESD, there's been talk about that study really being more complicated. So I think it's moving. I think it had a very, very ambitious original schedule, because I had the sense in talking to people that there was, I think people had a sense that it was going to require a extension, and it has. So it's been received, but that work is, ongoing, right?
And so mid-2017 would be summer or?
June.
June, okay.
So Your second part of the question related to,
The mentor protege,
right,
how's it doing now versus a capacity program very similar to MTA, doing a feasibility study?
right. And, I mean, we have very active, for MWBEs, we have very active programs. I think that has been one of our most successful programs. You know, not only are we...
Like how many? Is there a lot of participation? How many small businesses
You
are
know,
participating?
hold on, there is a lot of participation, actually. I'm not going to, you know, be able to call it up. I think we have maybe 5,000 users, 1,700 mentor-mentee in matches have been made, so I think that's a significant number.
1,700 matches?
Yeah.
Okay. And 5,000 users?
So we'll get back to you on with more detail, but that's my notes to myself. We have a lot going on.
Okay, with and the agencies having a capacity program like MTA doing a feasibility studies?
Have what?
How about the thought about the state agencies having a capacity program? I'm doing a feasibility study to see what kind of program, like real capacity training, thorough programs, 8 months, whatever, very similar to the MTA on different levels, construction, professional services, goods and services. For example, let's say OGS has a capacity program for professional services or goods and services. We would like to see a feasibility study done throughout the state agencies to see what kind of programs in-house have been put in place to increase the participation of minority and women business enterprise.
Okay. I mean, we are actively involved with a number of different industries. We do have a lot of programs across different industries for mentoring and business boot camps and other types of programs to build capacity for these companies, but, I mean, we can certainly look into other studies.
And the last one was the reporting. We certainly want a more detailed reporting to see where are the participation are doing well and where they're not doing well. And we would need to see the breakdown of, you know, by ethnic groups again, what kind of values, contract values.
I mean, there are laws that we follow, obviously, on these types of reporting and what we can and can't, you know, provide as a matter of law or as a practical matter.
Well, New York City is doing it. They're very, they have like a scorecard for each of those little boxes. So something that we should really consider. That way we can really see how our agencies are doing in terms of their utilization requirements.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.